So people here need to take the lead. People need to take the initiative. The government has announced a lockdown, but this lockdown 2.0 is different from lockdown of last year because there are several lessons that have been learned. So what's different this year? Compared to 2020, in 2021, public transport will remain in service. Remember, it was not permitted last year. Essential services will remain in action. Street vendors, they were not permitted last year. This year, street vendors can be there, but you cannot stand there and eat. It's a takeaway from street vendors too. E-commerce, that wasn't permitted last year. This year, e-commerce is permitted. Essential goods and services will remain open. Marriage ceremonies were not permitted in the lockdown last time, but this time there are. But there are certain restrictions on the number of guests. You can have 25 guests when it comes to marriage ceremonies. I want to bring in our executive editor, Maharashtra, Sahil Joshi, joining us for more on this. Sahil, this is virtually lockdown 2.0. Section 144 already put in place starting 8 p.m. tomorrow. What is permitted and what is not? Take us through the top things that are permitted and top things that are not permitted, Sahil.
Well, Gaurav, you remember in the afternoon we spoke, and that time we broke the story that how Maharashtra government is going to announce tonight the lockdown 2.0 from tomorrow onwards, from 8 p.m. onwards. And the basic points, what we had said at that time, remains around the same. The transportation is allowed, but the Chief Minister has made it very clear that the transportation is for those who are working for the essential services. So the people, there is a long list of people who have been part of the essential services. Of course, the e-commerce services are allowed, the medical services are allowed, the municipal corporation services are allowed, the banking services are allowed, the journalists have been allowed to travel by the train. So these are the people who have been kept into the essential services, and they will be providing those essential services for the people. And so obviously, those people can use this particular lockdown. There is no ban on district to district travel. But obviously, the government wants only those people to travel who are in a need to travel. Unnecessary, you just thought that you want to go on a picnic, you cannot just come out and start traveling from one district to another district. They have given a full 24-hour window for the people who want to settle down at a particular place, because it is going to start from tomorrow 8 p.m. onwards. The other basic important point which the government is trying to make is that for the weaker sections, last time there was no package announced. You had seen last time that how the people finally had to come around and started helping those who cannot have the daily wage earners, basically, who could not even gather to for their daily food. So this time, from the ration services, they have allowed around 3 kg
wheat and 2 kg rice.
And 2 kg rice. Also, the other people like rickshawalas, the hawkers, the tribal, they have been given some 1,500 to 2,000 rupees as a help. So,
and the Shiv Bhojan Thali, that will be a big help. The Shiv Bhojan Thali,
that is going to be a big
economically weaker section is concerned. But Sahil,
and one last point.
Yes, go ahead, please.
One last point I want to add to that. The government is trying to, they have decided in those 15 days, they are trying to improve the services for the medical services, which are now completely burdened with the COVID patients. I don't know whether the 15 days window is a small window, or they will get enough time to increase those particular services. But they have decided that these 15 days will be utilized to increase those services. The oxygen supplies, the remdesivirs, the isolation services, the oxygenated beds, all these services, especially in the areas like Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur and other districts, which are in top 8 categories at this point of time with respect to the COVID numbers. So this is what government is aiming. Of course, we have to see for a week where the government goes, because right now the medical services are fully burdened. They want to take out some pressure out of it using this particular window of the lockdown. Basically, the crowding on the road should go down. That is what is the aim for the government at this point of time.
In fact, that's the point I was coming to, Sahil. When it comes to healthcare in Maharashtra, and it's not just restricted to Mumbai, but whether it's Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, healthcare completely overwhelmed. ICU beds COVID hospital beds, even prestigious hospitals, you have beds that are laid in the corridor, COVID beds in the corridor, lift corridor to accommodate the rising cases. But in 15 days, what will the government be able to achieve? Today, the Chief Minister requested the Prime Minister to permit the Indian Air Force to fly in oxygen from other states.
Right.
Now, bring us the ground reality, the ground situation when it comes to paucity or the problems in the healthcare sector.
What is the problem what the government is facing at this point of time? If you just compare the first wave with the second wave, the first wave peaked in Maharashtra in the month of September. And that time, the number of cases coming from Maharashtra were almost around 35,000 to 37,000. And the peak was 37,000 cases per day in the month of September, when we said that the first wave has reached to its peak. Now, let's compare it with today. Today, the Maharashtra is coming up with almost 60,000 cases per day. Mumbai is coming up with almost around 8,000 to 10,000 cases per day. So it's almost double than that of the first wave. So obviously, the kind of infrastructure they tried to develop, the COVID center facilities, the centers in the public grounds, the public centers for the isolation, for the oxygenated beds, all those places were overwhelmed. The second thing which the Maharashtra is facing at this point of time, the first wave, the urban areas like Mumbai and Pune, the PMR region, the Pune municipal region and the Mumbai metropolitan region were overwhelmed with the numbers.
Yes.
But this time, even in the rural districts of Maharashtra, every day the districts like Solapur or districts like Nanded are getting more than 2,000 cases per day. So that is something which is worrying for the government, and that is those are the places where the government wants to create those COVID facilities, which they believe that within 7 days of time, they will at least be able to create an infrastructure where they can move those COVID patients in isolation in those areas. Okay. And if they get the oxygen supply, they can create the oxygenated bed supplies as well. Right now, the Maharashtra can develop around 1,200 metric ton oxygen per day. Out of that, almost 1,000 metric ton per day has been utilized for the COVID patients. So that is something which is worrying factor for the state, and that is what they are trying to get over at this with the help of this window of 15 days lockdown.
Because from when you talk to doctors across Maharashtra, they say the worst is yet to come. Last time it was 37,000 peak cases in September 2020, 37,000. Now you have 60,000 and the worst is yet to come. They're not even willing to predict what will the worst be. Will it be 60,000, 70,000? Will it touch a lakh? They're saying just keep your fingers crossed, and that is why this Janta curfew starting 8 p.m. tomorrow till the 1st of May 7 a.m. becomes extremely crucial. What's the situation in healthcare? Sahil, stay with me for a moment. We'll talk about Bollywood in just a moment, because apparently all film shoots, all ad shoots, all theatre, all shooting has come to a complete standstill, or will come to a complete standstill starting tomorrow. But as of now, there are no beds available at hospital. Oxygen supply, oxygen cylinders running low. Healthcare workers already overwhelmed. And we're not just talking about Mumbai. This is Maharashtra, virtually overwhelmed by the surge.
Angry relatives of a COVID-19 patient in Mumbai's Nalasopara came to blows with the hospital administration. The relatives created ruckus after the patient died within 3 hours of being brought to the hospital. They allege that the death was due to lack of oxygen and that the hospital did not inform them about the short supply. As Maharashtra battles second COVID surge, hospitals in the state are bursting at its seams. There are no beds, no medicines, no doctors.
The medical facilities, the entire healthcare facilities in the state of Maharashtra and Mumbai have collapsed. They have absolutely gone to ground zero, from taking tests to getting beds in hospitals to getting life-saving drugs to actually scoring ambulances to pick up your parents and drop them across. The whole system is collapsed.
My father got infected with COVID. We struggled a lot, but there were no beds available at all. We were struggling for almost 4 hours just for an ambulance to take him to for his final rights. But the driver just gave me an excuse that I have quit the BMC job, and now I am running on my private ambulance. And if you want me to get this done for you, you have to pay me 7,000 rupees.
In Satara, a COVID patient was administered oxygen in an auto rickshaw outside Vaduz Rural Hospital because there were no beds available. Currently, there are over 8,000 active cases in the district and hospital beds are all full. These patients at Silver Jubilee Hospital in Baramati are being administered oxygen in the veranda. The overcrowded hospital has run out of beds. With a capacity to treat 92 patients, the hospital is now forced to treat over 192 patients. With hospitals in Maharashtra running out of beds and facilities already stretched, State Guardian Minister blames celebrities for the shortage.
अब इतने बड़े-बड़े स्टार्स लोग, अगर अक्षय कुमार, उसके बाद में हमारे क्रिकेटर जी हो गए, उसके बाद में एक्ट्रेस हो गई, अगर ये लोगों ने जाके अगर बेड्स ऑक्यूपाई करें तो जिनको जरूरत है उनको तो मिलता नहीं है। महानगर पालिका ने निर्देश निकाला है कि उनको जो है वो वार्ड लेवल से आदेश मिलने के बाद ही लिया जाए, लेकिन अभी सेलिब्रिटी हैं, सचिन तेंदुलकर जी हो गए, कैटरीना कैफ जैसे लोग हो गए, तो ये लोग कहीं ना कहीं अपना सोर्स लगा लेते हैं जो ठीक नहीं है।
With the surge only intensifying, the squeeze in hospitals will only get worse. Expect more tensions, if not all-out unrest. Bureau Report, India Today.
Sahil, are doctors or the administration in a position to tell us what they fear could be the worst? 60,000 cases is the situation today and we are overwhelmed. 70,000, 80,000, do they fear that the figure could touch a lakh if this lockdown was not put in place starting tomorrow? And what about Bollywood? No film shoot, no ad shoot, nothing till the 1st of May?
Okay, let me explain your first question with an example, because that is what we discussed with the COVID task force. I discussed it in the afternoon itself. In Amravati, this second wave started in Maharashtra from the district of Amravati, which is around 800 kilometers from Mumbai. And everyone was surprised then that how come Amravati suddenly had started getting cases. By 14th of February, the Amravati has started getting almost 1,000 cases per day. Just imagine a small town like Amravati started getting 1,000 cases per day. Within 4 days, it started getting 2,000 cases per day. Then the government realized that the new mutant of this COVID is spreading very fast, and that is when the Amravati district was the first district to announce lockdown inside Maharashtra. They sealed the borders. They started this section 144. In Hindi, it's called Jamao Bandi. Even if we are calling it a curfew, it's basically not more than 5 people can roam around on the street. After that, within 2 weeks of time, the cases started coming down. It started coming down to at least 700 to 1,800, and the beds facility, the facility for isolation, etc., which were overwhelmed in first 2 weeks, they started having more beds, more facilities than the number of cases every day. So this is the change which the state government had noticed. Okay. A similar thing was used in other districts of Vidarbha, where the cases started growing quite quickly. Now, as far as the shoots are concerned, now it's very clear that the shoots cannot happen, because when in Mumbai the numbers started increasing in the in the second week of March, what we could see is that on shoots itself, almost 40 to 45 cases started coming COVID positive. A lot of film stars, including Alia Bhatt, Ranbir Kapoor, Katrina Kaif, you name a person which we started seeing that they are turning positive, and that is where this, Khatre ki Ghanti, what we call, they realized that this is going to be really difficult time at this point of time. So even if there is no complete ban on the shoots, but at the same time, right now there are no shoots happening in Mumbai. Okay. We'll go through temples, the SOPs once again.
Temples,
how they're going to manage
mosques,
that is going
gurdwaras,
to be the
churches, they remain shut for devotees starting 8 p.m. tomorrow till the 1st of May.
Right. All the religious places have already been announced to remain shut even before this particular lockdown was announced. So obviously these places will remain remain shut, because that is the place where the congregation happens. That is the places where the crowding happens, and that is why the religious places will remain shut. Even there are
Barber
guidelines with
shops.
respect to, for the month of Ramzan as well.
Yes.
Which will begin from tomorrow itself. So there are guidelines for the month of Ramzan also, which has been put in place at this point of time.
And apparently people are being asked to pray at home and not congregate at religious places, whether a mosque or a gurdwara or a church or a temple, Sahil. But what about barber shops, salons? What about domestic help and those who require, you know, whether it's a driver or an attendant, those who require a medical attendant? Is there some, you know, a leeway for them, especially senior citizens?
In city, for the senior citizens, those helps were permitted. In fact, when the exams were not postponed in Maharashtra, that time even one parent was allowed to accompany the student as well. But now all the exams have been postponed. The important exams like the 10th exam and the 12th exam, which are the board exams for the state from the state board, also have been postponed to the month of May and June. So the government basically for the 15 days at least wants to keep everything down so that at least the numbers can go down. So this is something basically right now the government is pushing it for 15 days. But it looks like that in the second week of this lockdown, again the COVID task force, the ministers and the administration will sit together, will try to understand that how this particular lockdown has worked for the state, and accordingly the opening up will begin, or if they decide these particular guidelines will continue for at least a week, what we can see at this point of time.
So petrol pumps remain open. As far as auto rickshaws and taxis are concerned, we are told, again Sahil, I believe there are restrictions. In an auto rickshaw there can only be 2 people, and in a taxi only 50% occupancy.
Absolutely, absolutely. The transport specifically has been told that it has been kept open only and only to be used for the people who are going for the essential services. The list is already given in the notification. It cannot be used just for roaming around in the city, because that will definitely not be allowed. You can be charged, you can be fined, because the epidemic law is in place at this point of time in the city as well as in the state. So, and with restrictions, of course, not more than 2 people can sit in the auto rickshaw, not more than 3 people can travel in a car at one go. They will have to wear the masks when they are sitting in the auto rickshaw or in the public transport. The local trains have been allowed to function, but only for the people who are going for the essential services, who are catering to the essential services.
Okay.
So these restrictions are there in place. Just that because they are allowed to function does not mean that you can just go around and use them. The same applies to the restaurants and the public joints. They have been allowed to remain open, but only and only for the delivery and for you know, the takeaway joints. Not that you can go and sit there and enjoy your food at the place of restaurant and the hotels.
Sahil Joshi, for the moment, many thanks for joining.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.